Two- and four-legged Suites gathered at the Roberta Bondar Pavilion on Saturday morning for the second annual Run for Change. The event, put on by Strong Minds, is a 5K run or walk that raises money for local mental health initiatives while raising awareness about mental health and addictions and stopping the stigma that's associated with it. A portion of the proceeds raised this year will be going to Soya. That's an organization that's trying to end the opioid crisis in Sault Ste. Marie. Strong Minds owner Amanda Lambert said she was going through her own mental health journey last year and realized that there wasn't a lot of help for mental health. Lambert said she thinks events like this are a great way to get the community involved and talking about mental health, reducing the stigma around it. This year's turnout was larger than last year, and Lambert hopes that number continues to grow as the event matures.
You know what, it looks like there are more people that are here this year. I'm not really sure because like this year, like last year, I'm kind of all over the place. So I won't know until really the event's over, but it does look like there are more people that are in attendance than last year.
I feel like it touches some family member or some friend in everyone. So if everyone turns a blind eye to it, this will get even worse, but it's I think with everyone sort of banding together as a community, then it can only get better for everyone.
I just really want to help the community as much as possible, and I think the best way is to get the community involved, to start talking about it, have that conversation of mental health, so that people aren't afraid to talk about their health, right?
Local Air Cadets honored 155 Squadron alumni Major Bruce Arnott, who was killed in 1971 as a result of an in-flight emergency while flying his Royal Canadian Air Force CT-144 Tudor jet. His family took part in a memorial cabinet dedication at the Sault Ste. Marie Armory this past weekend. The family placed a very special Canadian flag in the memorial cabinet. The flag had flown over the Peace Tower of the Parliament buildings in Ottawa for a day and was presented to the 155 Squadron at their 75th anniversary by MP Terry Sheehan. The flag flies on the Peace Tower that contains the memorial chamber, which houses the books of remembrance that has the names of every Canadian killed while serving Canada since the War of 1812. Enthusiastic Suites gave their throwing arms a warm-up on Saturday afternoon during a bocce ball tournament and barbecue outside of Joe's Sports and Surplus. The event, put on by Joe's Sports and Surplus, was to raise money for cystic fibrosis, a cause that hits close to home for owner Dave Edgar. Edgar said he has 3 cousins afflicted with cystic fibrosis. Other activities included a Northern Superior beer tent, live music, and washer toss.
We're having a bunch of other games as well. There's washer toss and some hammer the nail games, some ladder toss games, and yeah, it's all to again raise money for cystic fibrosis. It's a really good cause, and we're having a barbecue. And for the bocce tournament, we're giving away $1,000, which is kind of exciting for the winner. And yeah, it's just a fun event.
Lynn La Victoire wants to go home. The only way she can get anywhere near it is by boat. If La Victoire can save her house on the Ottawa River, it is debatable if she can live in it again due to worry of mold and mildew. Soldiers with the Canadian Armed Forces have been working to try and save homes in Eastern Ontario communities that have declared states of emergency due to historic water levels in some areas. Laurentian Valley Mayor Steve Bennett said yesterday that about 40 military members continue to work in his township, along with provincial officials, as hundreds of residents contend with flooding. Bennett said his township, which is south of Pembroke, declared a state of emergency at the end of April, but sandbagging efforts continue. He added that the cleanup was going to be massive. Nearby Pembroke also remains in a state of emergency, as does the city of Ottawa. Police are investigating a shooting near one of President Trump's Florida resorts that apparently involved a dispute outside a rental car facility. A male bystander was killed, a woman and a boy were wounded. President Trump was not at the hotel.
Once Sunny Isles officers responded to the scene is when they discovered multiple vehicles that were shot at and were impacted. And during their immediate preliminary search is when they discovered that there's a black Suburban on the southbound lanes of Collins Avenue. And there was a female, 19-year-old black female that was inside suffering from apparent gunshot wound to the upper extremities. She was transported to Aventura Hospital and is listed in stable condition. Moments later, another 911 call comes in where it stated that there was a male that was shot inside a vehicle at a shopping center across the street from the hotel. Sunny Isle officers immediately responded to that scene, and that's when they unfortunately discovered a male deceased from an apparent gunshot wound to the head inside the vehicle.